We're live. I wasn't given anything for this week for thumbnails. Nothing. Was giving nothing.
You could have used anything, Manny. You could have used something. I don't know what, but I was not expecting to see a little Mexican man in his underwear right now.
Well, I merely did it because Tony D lost, and he got outsmarted.
Like you could have went with the Japanese girl. Get the Japanese girls. Get Mikey Ito, whatever her name is. Give us someone a finger.
I mean, I was.
Hey, there she go.
For all her simps.
Yeah. All the simps in the world. This would have led us with 8 million views right there. 8 million. We're not gonna get no love for having Santos on the cover.
Well, we can do this as an experiment. We'll do this as an experiment.
Little oiled up Mexican man. Man, he's like, that's gonna get us the views.
It might, you don't know.
I feel the sexual tension right here. I don't even know why these two guys are angry with each other. I feel like Hangman's just mad. And CM Punk is just like, all right, buddy. Abortion. Is that what this feud's about? That's what I'm noticing. CM Punk and his abortion shirt.
No one knows what this feud's about, other than he wants the title, and then he doesn't think Hangman Page can hang with him.
Yeah, that's all that it needs to be, but Hangman seems to be really mad about something. And I don't know what it is.
We'll be back right after this.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh!
Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Welcome everyone to another episode of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Yes, boy. And I am, of course, Lord Manny Hayes, and he is
Marcus the Grand Simp finale.
Did you say Grand Simp finale?
Yeah, I'm a simp. Don't tell anybody. That's why I tried to slip it in there.
Maurice is in the house.
We got so much to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about. It's much like Tuesday's show, where we didn't actually plan how we were going to do the show. It just flowed.
Yes. Tuesday was beautiful. It was like, wow, this was professional quality. And then I was like, I'm worried for Thursday because I have nothing to say. And Sasha Banks and Naomi can only walk out once in a week.
So let's talk about what we know since Tuesday about Sasha Banks and Naomi. WWE won't release them because of the fear that they may go to AEW.
I don't believe that one at all. I think they won't release them because they think Sasha's too valuable and Naomi is with the Usos. I don't think that they give a damn about who goes to AEW at this point anymore.
Yeah.
Minus the big dog in Charlotte, they don't give a flying fuck because the people they already have aren't moving the needle and they're not using the people who they have properly, as WWE's always accused them doing, which is true as well. They're in the same boat. They don't give a damn. Take whoever you want. Minus the big dog in Charlotte, probably.
I mean,
maybe even Ronda and Brock. Maybe Ronda and Brock are protected.
What came out yesterday was a report claiming from Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer, said that backstage there's zero sympathy for Sasha Banks. those that had spoken to him have either called her a mark or a diva.
Why not both?
He said, internally, I'm sure Jimmy Uso is sticking up for Naomi and everything like that. Sure, somebody internally is going to do whatever, but I have not heard not one person sticking up for Sasha.
What about that person on Twitter?
No, but they're fans. They don't count.
No, they're somewhat close to them, apparently. I don't know. But again, you take all this with a grain of salt. Brian Alvarez, Dave Meltzer, Rashad Ross Sapp, Ryan Sapp. You take all this, I haven't heard from anybody. You don't know what's going on back there. Until I hear from the horse's mouth, whoever is in the back myself, I don't know what's going on back there. Maybe there are people on Sasha's side.
Shayna and Bailey, I believe, stood up for Sasha.
Okay.
But like, obviously, they're saying know your worth and do what you got to do. Basically, what was the general consensus from those messages from Bailey and Sasha, Bailey and Shayna, and then obviously people in AEW, same sentiments.
Wrestler of the Year, Dax.
Yeah,
when
Dax speaks, we listen.
Dax speaks. King Dax. King Dax. In the world.
Yeah, I can see why some people will get disruffled people's feathers. Do you think the outrage has come off because they are black and women?
Well, always, the black woman is always the least valued person in the world, and no matter what's the workspace. But also, I don't think this is the case. This is the one time I think that wrestling isn't being racist. This is like a situation where tag team wrestling don't matter in one person's eye, no matter what. It's not the content of the character. It's not the color of your skin. It's you're a tag wrestler, and I do not care.
Because like I asked the question because this isn't exactly the first time this has ever happened. So like most recently it was Toni Storm who walked out on WWE, but she just generally just quit, not during a show or anything. But then I was watching Cultaholic and they said I don't know if it's 100% true of the date, but it's nearly like 20 years or something of the date when Stone Cold Steve Austin walked out when he didn't want to do the business for Brock.
Yeah, and he's always apologizing that on every single podcast or whatever show he does. I did something I regret. I walked out of the business, was very unprofessional. I apologize. He says his speech on every single pod he's ever doing with anybody. But yeah, and then you also have Sasha, quitting before.
Yeah, I think this is why Sasha's got the backlash. I think because it's not the first time this has happened.
Yeah, and it's over tag team wrestling. The last one was over it.
Yeah,
she didn't want to lose the Iconics.
So I just feel like sometimes I'm 50-50 with this because I believe she should know her worth, but I also believe that she believes her hype so much that it's like I believe Sasha particularly believes her own hype so much that she has become a mark for herself.
Maybe.
But like again, she is really good at what she does. So like it's kind of that Stone Cold Steve Austin situation where, you know what, he was right in the sense that like Brock and him shouldn't be like just a random throw off match on Raw. It should be something big.
Yeah, and on the Sasha Banks side of things, like if you are frustrated at your booking and stuff, I still think she should go out there and do whatever they ask. Just do the match. You're under contract, whatever. And I wouldn't quit before the show. I'll just do it. It didn't seem like the worst thing, but I would at least, prepare to. I would just quit after the show if I was going to.
Yeah, I would have done.
I would have been like, it's not working out. This is where we're going, instead of the way she's doing it.
Yeah, and then Maurice did say, no, I don't think so. This isn't the first time we've seen this happen, and I've been seeing too much of the shut up and do your job energy being directed towards them versus the ones that did it previous. It is true. I feel like I saw on a mid-card mess it was being compared to when Toni Storm left, and the reaction is very different.
That's true. When Toni did it, you could hear her go like, yeah, she just picked up her ball and went home and all that. She just left the house show. Or On the flip side of this, recently in the male scope, Jeff Hardy just quit in the middle of a match and admitted to it. Like, I didn't give a fuck. I quit and I wasn't happy. I walked out. I feel what Jeff Hardy did may have been worse because people thought maybe Jeff isn't okay and concerns, but then it was like, oh, to support him. I think the backlash they are receiving might be is a lot harsher. I agree with that.
I think it's worse. I think it's worse as well because some people blur the lines between an act and the actual person, and like Maurice has said, and there's a bunch of racist tweets about them for doing this, and there's a number of wrestling fans that don't want to see black women standing up for themselves and knowing their worth. Yeah, 100%. I see it from both. I can see it from both sides. Like I can see it from a company side why they would try and pin the blame and try and get enough of it off them. But like you do, like for them as people, they do have to stand up for themselves and go, do you know what? This isn't right. And they started off doing the right thing by talking to management and trying to get it resolved. And obviously they didn't want to go down that route. But for me, I wouldn't have done it that way. I would have got the show done with him. Like, I've done what you got to do. Now, do you know what? I'm out. Yeah,
I would have did it more professional. And I think even in both parts, I think at the end of the day, both sides are going to reconcile. They're going to reconcile. Like, I know it seems like, oh no, Sasha's doing this, doing it. They'll be back. No matter what they say, no matter what Vince McMahon likes a talent, he will keep that talent. Like, Sasha Banks could be in the vein of Shawn. I'm not saying she's Tessa Blanchard. She's not toxic. Tessa Blanchard is toxic.
But Tessa Blanchard has done stuff
to make the worst stuff. Yeah.
Sasha Banks hasn't necessarily done anything but be a mark for herself if you're going down that route. If you're going down that route of why these people are bad people, but like Sasha Banks is just going to go down. Yeah, Sasha Banks is only going to go down. The only wrongdoing is being too believing her own hype. Yeah, passionate about.
She's passionate about the business. She actually cares about wrestling. That's what she's going down for, and she believes that her character or wrestling should be done a certain way. And at the end of the day, it may not be the best fit for her to be in WWE. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's not. I don't believe this is a racial issue. It's just what they see her as, and they don't see her as the top female performer. They got their and it could be race related. They got their white blondes right now, of Charlotte and Ronda. And then there's Bianca, who basically took Sasha's spot in a way. Because this would be Sasha. And that's what probably you got that little bit of insecurity from Sasha probably on that side. Like, fuck, we lost this spot to be. I lost my spot to Bianca.
You say that,
and then like Bayley comes back. Where do I fit in this one? And I'm trying to protect myself. It was the way Shawn Michaels didn't want to do jobs back in the day. It was like, I'm not doing that, Vince. But I gotta protect myself.
You say that about Bianca, but like I remember there was a Natty interview, and I remember the quote because I didn't listen to the old interview. I just can't listen to Natty for that long. She specifically said Bayley and Sasha went out of their way to get Bianca over.
Yeah, I don't believe that it was malicious. I don't think that Bianca snuck it through the back door. I was like, ha, Sasha, go to the back of the line. I just think that wrestling wise and appeal wise, that they were like, oh, I have someone who's more athletic, has probably a stronger look, and is a really good baby face. Sasha can't be a baby face. That's where we're at with Sasha.
Well, she can. It's just she can. It's just it never comes off. You're always expecting she's going to turn on whoever at any moment. Much like Randy. When Randy's a face, we're all just waiting for the inevitable.
Yeah. So I just feel like Sasha was trying to protect the ground the way wrestlers always do from back in the day. It's a very old school method of taking the thing, but her throwing the titles, again, I feel like all that is unprofessional. Not like throwing the titles, but not doing the job on the show and then walking out. I think the fans who are tweeting out racist stuff and going at it, they don't even know half the story. Everything is hearsay. To quote Johnny Depp and Stroud, this is all hearsay. We really don't know the situation, what's going on. So it's hard for me to definitively take which side is right on this one for WWE or Sasha or Naomi, because I honestly don't know what the issue is. Because they were claiming at one point that they're, according to the WWE message, that they claimed that two of the wrestlers were unsafe to work with, that they may potentially work with, and I don't even know who those two wrestlers are or what the case may be.
Yeah, so it's a very the situation is a bit. You need more. It need more time to play out. I think they need to talk to Vince, to be honest, and work it out.
Yeah, and Levi put in the comments, I don't think Bianca has as much potential as Sasha. I agree. Sasha's a much better wrestler, a much better talker, but the one thing Bianca could do that Sasha can't do is play babyface.
Yeah, and be a likable one at that.
Yeah. Like when Sasha is a babyface, it's just not the same. She's a great heel. Great heel. But Bianca is more of a babyface. That's what WWE is more about. They're more pushing the baby faces than heels.
What do you make of this though? Bianca appeals to black WWE Universe defenders. Sasha appeals to mainstream fans.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they could blend in and appeal to both, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they both can actually branch out.
Yeah.
I think they both have enough charisma to do whatever they want. I honestly think that they have the mainstream and hardcore fans. I think Bianca has won a lot of people over the years, and Sasha has all her following, but Sasha also has her detractors. Like even at one point, I think Manny hated Sasha and her accent and her stupid cackle laugh and stuff like that.
I think I just don't like Boston. I think that's what that accent is, and I just don't like it.
So, this whole situation, it's gonna play out, but I can see them coming back together and whatnot. And if it doesn't, Mercedes V, AEW, it should work for them.
Yeah.
But they better not lose her in those shuffles. She better be champion right away. That's my personal opinion. Tony don't want them problems. His ass out. The fuck you got me losing to Rio for tonight? I'll beat the shit out of you.
Let's move into the show, AEW Dynamite. Let's kick off with another hyped up Joker, where all the wrestling fans in the IWC had their expectations built quite high. Rumors were circulating that it could have been Cesaro, it could have been Johnny Gargano,
allegedly.
A few others.
Johnny Ace.
Yeah,
it could have been anybody.
But it was John Morrison or Johnny Mundo or Johnny
Elite.
Johnny Elite. Can I just point out Johnny Dynamite would sound way better than Johnny Elite.
I like Johnny Rampage.
That too. Johnny Dynamite, Johnny Rampage, it all sound better than Johnny Elite.
But I don't even know if it's if this is just a one-off, or is he going to be like a character part of the show? I think it's just a one-off, right?
It could be a few. Spoiler alert! If you don't want to hear anything about Rampage, when this wallet goes down, continue listening. Big Damo is also on Rampage this week. That's Nikki Cross's husband.
Oh.
Yeah, he's on. He also uses the One Win Angel, which is going to be interesting.
So this match happens, and I'm not gonna say like I just think that expectations on who AEW is gonna bring in is always gonna hurt them. It's always gonna hurt them in the end. Like it's not they peaked with the surprises when you bring in Bryan Danielson and CM Punk, Adam Cole and whatnot, all like that, and you had all these things, and everybody, no matter, I don't know who people were expecting, who they would have got hyped up. It's Gargano, maybe, but I think it's still kind of the same reaction. I think it's the same reaction. I have no problem with them using Johnny Elite. I saw there was a little backlash for it, but I know he wrestles everywhere. He's still good. I'm okay with it.
I'm gonna say I think AEW needs to stop doing it. like overhyping and like promising like a Joker or something. Could they do the Joker? What? This is they're gonna do this, and they're gonna do it for another battle royal or something else as well, coming down on one of their pay-per-views. But they need to stop doing these things for like this hyped return or hyped debut and stuff like that. Just let it happen organically.
I just wish they stopped bringing in people.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Like
that
it's
too.
really diluting the product. I feel like that it's just so many people that, and I know I'm jumping ahead here. Malachi Black is fighting Fuego del Sol and whoever makes sure people he got. This dude should be doing something important. I'm just saying. And I was telling Jamal, Brody King and Malachi Black should be doing something somewhat important at this point. They are doing nothing. They've been on pre-shows. They are getting it worse than, like, I was even telling you in the meeting, Selena Vega, who is barely on TV, is getting a better push right now than Malachi Black because she at least is not feuding with Fuego del Sol. That's where we're at with this. Stop bringing in people and let some of these guys get more TV time. They should not. Malachi shouldn't be fighting for TV time. I can go over. The list goes on and on. Like,
there's a lot of people that should be getting. But look at what that happened to Darby Allin this week.
yeah, just throw him in something. Like, just throw him in probably an 8-man tag team of some kind. Just there's so much talent on the show that they just have people doing random things, and I wish they would stop themselves from doing that.
Yeah, 100%. So the match was actually okay. Johnny missed a 450 splash.
Yeah, that's all right though. It happens. Joe was far out there.
They did botch on social media the return. I mean, the botch of social media of claiming it was Johnny Gargano rather than Johnny Mundo or Johnny Elite or whatever name he goes by.
Somebody tell the social media guy that's next Sunday where Gargano shows up. He shows up at the pay-per-view, damn it. At the pay-per-view.
Levi's asked wwho's worse, Madcap Moss or Fuego though. So Fuego, because he's an ugly motherfucker. He's an ugly motherfucker.
At least Moss had the at least I know. I don't know. It's really tough, actually. I would rather not see either. If Madcap Moss
has a look. Fuego has nothing.
Yeah, Madcap Moss. He sounds like an idiot, though. They both
so does
like
Fuego.
Idiots. Yeah. They're both pretty trash. I would not, if you told me in some indie show, Fuego del Sol versus Madcap Moss made a big good show.
I'm staying home.
They have to go see it.
No, I'm staying home tonight.
Like, oh shit, they're serious tonight.
So Joe is attacked by Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and
what is this feud about?
I don't know.
That's what's infuriating me about this storyline. Like, are we getting Joe and Satnam Singh or Jay Lethal and Joe or Sanjay Joe or any combination of this? They just jump them every week.
Yeah.
And Joe seems to be surprised by it.
And then the best friends come to make the save. But then we later learn that it's not the best friends. It's for Pongy Vice looking for gold, tag gold.
The quote them, they are chasing the title. They escaped their grasp. The AEW wasn't around when Roppongi Vice was around. You need to go back to Japan to get those titles. Those are the ones that really escaped her.
So the next match was a match that I believe should have been the main event. Adam Page versus, I can't say this name, Konosuke Takeshita.
Got the Takeshita part right, I think.
I think I butchered that. I think they pronounce it completely different on Dynamite. I should have wrote how to say it like they do on the NFL draft for all the Samoan players.
I can just see them stuck. God damn. How do we say this? We prepared the night before. I know we prepared the night before. Prepared for a week. I don't know how to say it.
I really liked the match. It was a good watch. He got Adam Page got a lot of work put on him by that other guy. I'm not saying the name anymore.
You said the Takeshita part right.
Yeah, that match was really good. Adam Page wins with the GTS, and they have a really like seductive stare down with the actual walk around, like it was about to turn into some dirty dance.
Yeah. So my one issue, like you said, this should have been the main event. And I would like for Hangman to be treated as a big deal leading into Double or Nothing and main event one show. He, like, you know how people criticize the Kofi Kingston run or the who's that other Big E's run, and you know there's a few other people. CM Punk's run. Yeah,
not the 425 day one. The other ones, the World Heavyweight Championship run.
No, that was the one where he didn't main event either. He only made event when he fought like John Cena or something.
Oh yeah.
The disrespect to Hangman fits in that category of never closing the show. Like, I don't think he's closed one show.
I think he's done it. I think he's done it once or twice, but it's not been. It's like, I think the last week. I don't even think it was the last show before the pay-per-views or anything. But yeah, I feel like this should have been the main event. Because to end on that stare off, it gives me more intention to come back next week than how it ended. Because I don't give a fuck about Sting.
Well, Jim Ross has that closing pay-per-view sale at the end. Oh, these guys are ready. They can't wait to see them at Double or Nothing. I can't wait. And I was like, you know what? Jim Ross and them, everybody sold me. They sold me. Him and CM Punk on commentary, they kind of sold me on that main event. But it was like, this how the show should have ended. They had a great match, though. Not to take away from the match. It was the second best match.
The match was really good.
Second best match of the show.
We get Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee versus the Workhorsemen. It happened for me. It was just kind of just there. It was just to let us know that they're a team and they're now in the tag team rankings. And then Christian comes out and essentially makes matches, which I thought was Tony Khan's job.
It's Tony Khan's and Austin Theory's job to make matches these days. So Christian comes out there and makes this a triple threat match, I believe.
Yeah, triple threat tag match.
Who's the third team? I forgot already.
Swerve and Keith Lee, and then Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks.
Yeah. And can I say, AEW, you have the best tag team division in the world. You do. Why not FTR? These real tag teams you have together. The Acclaimed are in the building and stuff. Where's your real tag teams?
When's the last time the Young Bucks did anything?
They just kind of troll now. They just kind of walk around.
I think they just walk around in the back.
I believe they were harassing Jeff Hardy, see if he was able to compete tonight. And I thought they were building towards a Hardy Boys Young Bucks match at Double or Nothing. Maybe
it was like, I'm tired of your Jesus shit.
Yeah, get out of here with your Christian bullshit. Which is a great life. That's why you love Jeff for shit like that. But I would prefer, the real tag teams, the Lucha Bros or something else to be involved. I'm not. Keith Lee and Swerve Scott have been together for like a week. It feels like. I know it's been more than that, but get them out. Pride Pod.
I honestly can't stand Keith Lee. When he got on that microphone, I was like, oh no.
You want to know something funny? Keith Lee does the whole, thing like that, Master His Glory. He got hit in the face for doing it by, what'd you call him? But
JD.
I don't want him doing that. That's Wardlow's thing now. That's Wardlow's now. Wardlow did that.
And I stand by this. He got on the microphone. I don't know if you can see this quite well. He got on the microphone. I went to playback speed and put it to times 3.54.
It wasn't that bad this week. It wasn't.
He was tired. That makes it even worse. He
was sweating hard for doing but not much of nothing. It was like a 2-minute match.
We get the MJF Sean Spears segment where they whip Wardlow. They whip 9 times and a kick in the nuts, followed by a combo of whips and a punch by the ring.
What I liked about this whipping was the no selling.
Yeah. No, I know it was hurting him though. You can see in his eyes it was hurting him.
See it. He was like, "Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry."
It hurt so much.
It was like a kid being defiant to their parents when they get their whooping.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna cry.
But it fucking
hurts. I'm not saying it fucking hurts. But I like that aspect. It was different than the Cody situation that we got. The Cody
But
whipping.
the thing is, the Cody one had
It was
drama
effective.
in it.
Yeah.
Like Cody was fucking selling that for shit, and then like you saw Dustin be like, "That's really hurting him. Let me take a couple for my brother." I was like, "That's drama."
Yeah. And then, again, this is still one of a few stories that is coherent in this company that is consistent week to week. Only one is week to week. Everything else is just skipped another week. I still don't know what's going on with Julia Hart and the House of Black.
Yeah, but that story. I feel like they pick up that story whenever they feel like.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, we got time to fill. But yeah, good whippy.
Another good match tonight was Kyle O'Reilly versus Rey Fenix.
This is my favorite match of the night.
I mean, you got Kyle O'Reilly, who never really disappoints, and then you got Rey Fenix, who's all destined to kill himself at one point.
I like to think of him as a controlled Darby Allin. Like
no,
he's going to some dangerous, but
he
has more. He has a little bit more control than Darby Allin.
No, he ain't, Marcus. No, he ain't. You seen the way sometimes he dives outside to the ring. He always misses. He always misses. He hits a ramp.
But I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the styles and submissions that they were, like it was just fantastic. I just thought this and Hangman's match were both back to back, or not back to back, but really good, solid matches. And that's something you can get on Dynamite every single week. It's really you get at least one or two bangers each week.
It was a really solid match, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to Samoa Joe versus Kyle O'Reilly. Actually, that should be a really good match. Even though although that would have been really good maybe 10 years ago, but
no, it's still good. It's still good. I think that
I think Joe's got himself in shape, so his cardio is a lot better than it was.
Yeah, and I think submission wise, it's gonna just be all over the place. I think they're gonna really work a mat-based match.
If I have this match ruined by Jay Lethal Satnam Singh, I'm gonna be furious.
I don't want to. Whenever they come out with Satnam Singh, I go like, "Oh God, here we go!" Like literally, that's my reaction, and I just feel like it's two little kids, and they got their big brother. It's like, "Yeah, we're gonna kick your ass now. We're gonna kick your ass now. We got Debo." Like, get out of here.
We got the Blackpool Combat Club come out with Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz, and basically the JAS follow. And Jericho claims Regal's career and potential were wasted. Instead, he's a world-class addict. And then there was a little bit too much in this segment that irritates me, Marcus. And it's the small things that irritate me. It's that guy, Fat Jackson. Let me tell you something,
Let me tell you something. Yeah,
he told you a doofus.
You don't be talking to me like that.
And then what followed that, Marcus? The crack addict himself, John Moxley, was all like this in the ring.
Like a Bailey buddy.
I couldn't stand that. So let me get this straight. They don't want a stadium stampede match, but instead they want basically a no holds barred match or whatever. Isn't that basically a stadium stampede match?
Technically, it's the same thing, but it's stadium stampede match. You have people you're able to use your superpowers as well and transform and disappear and stuff and drink at bars. But my main thing was fine. We got here. We're here. We got here. But better use of John Moxley and Brian Danielson on this show, I feel like. It's better use to throw them in some tag.
There are better uses, but where are you going to put them on the show? The show just seems like all over the place at the moment.
It seemed like a lot of tag matches.
What wasn't a tag match was Britt Baker versus the returning Maki Ito.
I just feel like flicking you off. Greatest flick off of all time.
I really enjoyed
methodical.
This. I really enjoyed this because it was just comedy, really.
It was good comedy. It's stupid. And the fact that she has an abnormally human head, she's basically playing the role of a Samoan Savage.
Georgie Animal Steel.
Yeah, just powering up.
I love it. It's so funny, and I love the drop dead, the head smash.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
I believe her character is like a mix of, I guess, Taylor Swift, some pop idol, and that video game character Bunk, who would just go around with his head and try to headbutt people. Two times I've referenced that this week, back-to-back days.
So the most important thing that happened on AEW was Serena Deeb tired of hearing Tony speak, but not like Jade Cargill with "cut the shit, Tony."
No, this is the shit she was talking about, and Serena Deeb was finally elaborating on the shit she was talking about. Tell her, Deeb. Tell her. If this was happening on my street, I'd be like, honey, you go, girl. I'm yelling all that. You tell that man what you've been through.
And then she calls out Dustin Rhodes as well. She berates Dustin and calls him a failure. The poster child of failure. And then Thunder Rosa comes out and tries to make the save, but is held back by Dustin. And then she gets smashed with the title belt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why Dustin held her back. I mean, Serena Deeb was talking a lot of shit. I mean, at this point, someone had to beat her ass.
Oh, Marie said we got bonk reference. My day is made.
Serena Deeb killed this segment, and again, her and Dax are probably my two favorite wrestlers in wrestling right now. Dax probably more is wrestling. Serena Deeb for her pettiness and built up anger over years. I got breast implants, damn it, and she cut my hair. They let me cut my hair.
The most coldest thing, even though she didn't win, and we haven't covered it on the show, on WrestleMania Backlash, Charlotte hitting Ronda with and Ronda, Happy Mother's Day. Like she was about to do the coldest shit ever.
Yeah. That was a cold ass lie. Considering the the whole hot mama stuff that she talks about. Charlie don't get credit for Cold Hill, but that was on some deep level shit. Deeb has a different level of petty, though. I don't know. That's an entity of hate. That is built up hate for 30-some years of just fuck everybody at this point.
And then Jeff Hardy versus Adam Cole.
It happened.
I mean, this match. Do you know what? For what went on in this show, they could have cut time places and given this match more time. I feel like this needed more time.
Yeah, I feel like something went long or something, because this was like, I would have cut some of the Blackpool Fight Club, Combat Club stuff that went on long. I didn't need William Regal talk about what he did with their toothbrushes or whatever.
We didn't need a Satnam Singh thing. That went on a bit too long.
Yep. Yeah, so this match kind of just came in and went, and Adam Cole gets the win. It was like, oh, we start the match. Adam Cole starts early. Then we go to commercial, and then it just kind of ends. And I was like, oh, that was quick. Jeff Hardy's done. But post-match shenanigans, you get Young Bucks, Darby and Sting. Who else came out in this thing?
It was just Darby and Sting.
Matt Hardy, yeah. And then horrible super kick to Sting's shoulders. His shoulders got fucked up. But
that's how you beat up an old man. You go for the joints.
And then they broke his leg. They broke Sting's leg to give Darby Allin, I guess, something to do at the pay-per-view. So I'm assuming it's gonna be Darby Allin and the Hardy Boys. Maybe Sting. Maybe he'll recover by then.
Possibly.
Against the Elite.
It could be Young Bucks and Adam Cole if he's eliminated.
When's the next tournament match? Are they all back to back or taking weeks off?
I would have thought they do the semifinals next week and then do the finals at Double or Nothing, but I don't think that's going to happen because that card looked like it's starting to get stacked.
Yeah, so who knows? So far, the card doesn't have Scorpio Sky. So far, the card doesn't have. I guess it has Malachi Black. It doesn't have Andrade on there. Or...
Isn't
a lot of missing people?
Isn't it supposed to be either Ethan Page and Paige Van Zandt versus Tay Conti and Sammy Guevara?
Is that happening?
I thought that they were supposed to have a mixed tag.
Thought so too. Don't know if it's still happening.
Who knows? Should I run with this story? Allegedly, talents are unhappy in AEW.
In every wrestling promotion, talents are unhappy. And it's
I'm
always
so
allegedly.
happy. I'm so happy because everyone's like, "Oh, it's so good at AEW. Nothing wrong happens in AEW."
We're all happy over here with our
And I find
TV
it so
time.
funny. Like now, like all these channels like What Culture and Cultaholic, they're all now like starting to like go, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be so biased anymore. Maybe we should maybe we should, because that's the kind of tones I'm getting. Is like last week they were talking about how in an episode they were talking about how Dynamite. You know how when you hear about Raw, the script being rewritten 1 hour before the show and stuff like that. When you watch a show, it never feels like that, does it? It never feels like, you know what? There's fire going on in the backstage right now because no one knows what's going on. But it never comes across on TV.
It feels like I'm at a restaurant where two people are fighting in the back all the time while I watch Raw, and your meal can come out hit or miss. It can be hit or miss, but it always feels like they got their shit together. Like, they have a maitre d'. Have you seen here? Your food be out shortly. Oh, I don't know where it's at. Let me go check. As a guy is choking another guy with a knife. I'll fucking kill you. You just served a fucking steak.
So the Voices of Wrestling have reported that a source within AEW locker room told them that Friedman isn't the only talent feeling some level of discontent. Common frustrations.
Wait, did he just call MJF Friedman?
Yeah.
What is that?
Fuck no. Isn't the only talent feeling some level of discontent. Common frustrations are due to a chaotic atmosphere backstage, stemming from talent not knowing finishes or angles until close to TV shows going on air. How future matches have been set up and has also been a cause of frustration. The issues in AEW aren't considered to be on the same level as WWE Monday Night Raw rewrites, but the source still did note that every single one of us is pulling out our hair.
Hearsay. It's still all hearsay.
I don't care, Marcus. It's ruffled the feathers.
It's hearsay. It's one thing. The one thing I'm just gonna say about AEW as it currently stands, it just seems like they just don't have enough time for a lot of people, and I don't know why. Because they keep adding. I mean, I know why they keep adding people, but they just don't have time. It's just like, all right, so this week we gotta do the Hangman Page, CM Punk. All right, we're gonna do this with this. We got Fitz Satnam Singh in there, and what's Malachi Black? Oh, we can just bring him up a little bit with Fuego del Sol, I guess. And
Fuego.
Where's Miro? I don't know. Let's just keep talking about his hamstring, and let's bring in Johnny Gargano and see what happens with that. Where's Andrade? He's Charlotte's wife, right? Soon to be married. Maybe he's getting married, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Chucky T is out. Yeah, Chucky T's out. Or Punky Bites is back.
All right, let's move into
the one thing I got from this week. Chucky T is out.
Yeah, he gone. Let's talk about NXT. It opens up with Mello and Trick versus Grimes and Solo Sikoa. And this match was really good. I'm surprised Mello ate the pin. I thought for sure it would have been Trick.
This is shocking. When Mello took the pin, I went, "Oh, why not Trick?
Yeah,
was Trick not available? This Trick had a limit. Did he put his? Was he about to walk out if he had to take another pin?"
And do you know what? Solo Sikoa is so over in that tiny crowd. Like he is over as hell.
Well, NXT announced they're touring this week. They showed some dates. I don't know where they're going.
Yeah, they're all house shows though. I wish they were actually moving around doing the tape show.
I'm curious what the reaction would be for Solo on the road, but Solo's gotten better in his defense. He's gotten a lot better from where he's at, and I don't think he's long for the NXT world. So, but this was a good match all around. All the participants put their all in there. Even Trick, he wasn't the best. He ain't the best, but he had his little moments. He has personality in the ring.
So does Lash Legend. She isn't very good, but like she's got a character which benefits her.
Yeah. Like I think she was the next match, right?
Yeah, but I think I'm just gonna hit you with the Manny Minute because there was just so much going on this episode. Pretty Deadly say they are 2 tasty snacks and a 1 meal deal. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Love him. I love him.
And you know the worst part? Do you know what the worst part is? They were both dressed like Spice Girls.
Yes, they were ridiculous. They're the most ridiculous thing on television right now. Just ridiculous. They're just bringing a smile to my face when they come up. Well, no matter what they do, it's just like, wow, this is. I can't wait to see Vince fuck them up on the main roster.
Thea Hale said she needs to graduate high school, but is currently signed to a WWE deal.
Hold on. Boom! When she said that shit, Manny. Boom! It was like Adam Cole and boom! Graduated high school this week. What? We doing what now? We doing what?
I question why Tony D was cutting a promo against a green screen of a brick wall when there are 1,000 of walls in that building.
Well, his idol is the Brooklyn Brawler, and that was what the Brooklyn Brawler used to do.
Indy Hartwell calls out Mandy Rose, and the Casey Express also call out Gigi and JC.
Casey Express is my favorite female tag team. Don't care what anybody says. Don't care. I feel like they're one of those stay togethers.
Yes. Pretty Deadly remind me of Team Rocket.
They
Yes.
do. They do. And I feel like they should have the same interests as Team Rocket.
To protect the world from devastation, to unite all people from within our nation. Lash Legend versus Tatum Paxley. Match was just there, man.
Yeah, it happened. Lash Legend got through and it just ended. Yeah, it just ran it right through her.
So again, Marcus, I question Joe Gacy's motives every time. So
what did he do wrong this time, Manny? He's going for the title, ain't he?
No, when we last see Braun Breaker, he's being carried off on like a ancient thing, like an ancient like war, like he'd been wounded in war in the World War, and he'd been carried to safety for medical treatment. Apparently Joe Gacy didn't finish the job again. He just dropped him off in some field.
I feel like he dropped him off in a tanning booth and burnt the shit out of him. Because you want to talk bad about Mandy Rose in that scene when she got Whitney chewed and burned in a tan. It looked like Braun Breaker was burned to death. Like he looked extra crispy.
Gacy said he's going to give the people what they want, another one-on-one with him. But it's time to raise the stakes, Marcus. Mm-hmm. Time to raise the stakes. I thought we were actually going to get a stipulation match, a proper stipulation match. Nope. If Braun Breaker gets DQ'd, he'll lose his NXT title.
Who said Braun Breaker's going to try to get DQ'd? It's outrageous.
And then one of the funniest things happened when Braun Breaker was leaving the NXT parking lot. He gets interrupted by Duke Hudson. And Braun Breaker said, oh, you're feeling big and bad, aren't you? He's like, yeah, 6'5".
You don't like to be interrupted, don't you? Me neither. How you like when your interviews are interrupted? You have nothing to say, Duke. You have nothing to say.
And then challenges him to a match.
You want to play some poker again, Duke?
He's gonna get released. The Viking Raiders versus.
I like Duke Hudson, but
I like him, but anything they've given him has not worked.
Hey, that poker with him and Grimes worked that one time in the ring.
Yeah, only because you work in a casino.
And they do the casino. That was a funny segment that ended with the right thing and someone going through the table.
The Viking Raiders versus the Creed Brothers, another good tag match. But it just shows that they have no idea what to do with the Viking Raiders on the main roster.
I don't know if they know what to do with the Creed Brothers as well at this point. Well, I think they have an idea. They push them to the moon or whatever. But Diamond Mine in general.
You can't. There's no idea what they're going to do with Diamond Mine. And now that you've just recently put the titles on the Yes Boys, Pretty Deadly, you can't really just take the title off them to put on the Creeds just like immediately.
Yeah, so I'm assuming we're getting Creeds in Pretty Deadly at
In your house.
pay-per-view, or we may get Roderick Strong and what is it, Damon Kemp.
No, that's next week. Damon Kemp, and Roddy versus the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, but I mean,
oh no, not the Viking Raiders. Pretty Deadly.
No, but in your house, it may be Damon Kemp and Roddy versus the Creed brothers.
Possibly.
Maybe a triple threat with the Pretty Deadly. Who knows?
Then we get Andre Chase versus Grayson Waller.
Fun match. I don't know.
It was fun.
I tried to chase you.
There was just too many cuts to Saray.
Yeah, he was really carrying that flag. Perfect fit though. Random perfect fit. The schoolgirl student waving the flag.
Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James. Roxanne Perez advances. It's kind of
Who got winning this tournament? Who you got?
I think the finals will be Nikita and Lash Legend again.
Yeah, I had Nikita winning as the favorite, but
I've got Nikita as the favorite. But I don't think I don't think you necessarily need to give her this.
I don't know how the bracket stand, but because I think Roxanne Perez could actually pull it off, and that would be my finals. Roxanne Perez and Nikita Elias.
It's Roxanne Perez versus Lash Legend next week, and then that's Nikita Lyons versus someone.
The other person.
The guy, the one with the smoking guns.
Oh, Phelan or whatever.
Yeah, Fallon Henley, or I think it's the right name.
I don't know. Phelan, she's gonna fail. She's gonna lose. That's where we're at.
And then Cora Jade congratulates Roxanne Perez in the back, but then both were cut down by Elektra Lopez, which I don't think she's in a position to be doing any of that.
No, she have no power here. You have no power here. Elektra
You
Lopez.
are trash. You are trash. You are just a smaller, skinnier Nia Jax at this moment in time.
This might be the minimum they've used Toxic Attraction on NXT 2.0, right? They did not even.
I felt, to be honest, for me, I feel like they phoned in this week.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't even Nikita Lyons, which, like, this.
Well, didn't we get Idris in
the best segment of the week.
Yes.
The best segment of the week.
That was this week, right?
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember. It was like, that happened, right? I know I watched this half sleep, but this shit happened.
No, I wasn't imagining it. They weren't in my dreams.
Yeah. I was concerned for a minute. I was like, I don't remember Manny talking about it. Did that happen or did I fucking dream that? What?
That was the greatest segment of the week. Both when they were playing the main event, which I was like, you know what? I kind of like this little.
I feel like they're being groomed to be the Street Profits 2.0. But they're a little bit more ridiculous. They're a little bit more ridiculous.
And they're more funnier. They're more funnier because we know they're not going to amount to anything.
Yeah. With Montez Ford, you have future. You have potential right there. We know what's going on with Dawkins.
Yeah. But then I just learned the other two goons are called Stacks and Two Dimes. Oh, God. Wesley versus Nathan Frazier. This was I enjoyed this. I did not need Von Wanker to come in and get involved in this. But then this, and he also came out. Do you know who he came out dressed as, Marcus?
Who?
Like he was a lost member of the DOA. Chain's son.
Right. You're right. He did have the denim and all that. You're right. But this is like the chain of events of Wesley attacking another big man. He don't want that Sanga. He don't want that Sanga smoke.
I don't understand.
Sanga was just chilling in the back.
Sanga was like, "You had a great match." It's a shame that a man of that size did that to men of your size.
Yeah, because it's clearly a size differential. And he's like, "Man, what you trying to say?" He's like, "Yo, chill." I'm saying it, man. I'm not trying to.
Even if Frazier was like, I don't want any of this.
Nah, he ain't talking to me like that. Fuck him. And they're like, all right, man, you fucking with Sanga. Idiot Braun Strowman. I like Sanga.
More than Veer.
Veer is dangerous and a threat. Okay, Veer is taking bodies each week.
There's more reason
Mustafa
to
Ali
like
got
him
fucked
so he
up.
doesn't take yours.
Mr. Veer, please don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, Mr. Veer.
I'll paint your paint on your head. Leave me alone.
I separate the marks for you right between, sometimes they fuck it up.
So we get the main event: Santos Escobar versus Tony D'Angelo.
Weird main event. I feel like a weird main event.
No, it's been alluding to this for a couple of weeks now with all whatever, so it did kind of fit to be a main event. But like neither of these two are really near that main event picture at this moment in time.
No,
like they've not been booked to be like main event picture. But yeah, it was a fun little main event.
I know Santos came out like this was for the title, as in he normally doesn't bring out his luchador mask until he's fighting for belts. But tonight he was like, "Nah, man, this is more. This is about La Familia. This is a mob battle. The cartel versus the mafia."
And Tony went for his pick. I don't know what his weapon of choice is now.
Crowbar.
His crowbar, and Santos outsmarted him, hits him with a knuckle duster, gets the win.
Yep. So Santos told Del Toro and why am I blanking on the other guy's name now? Wild. To y'all know what you gotta do. You gotta go get this little buddy. Oh, okay. And they I'm assuming stole the crowbar. They stole the crowbar. And yeah, solid main event. Solid show.
I don't know. I feel like the show was a bit phoned in. I feel like most of the main characters didn't really do as much.
Yeah, it was mostly it felt like more. Was this this week? Well, it was the women's show actually.
I think that was 2
weeks
last
ago. Week? That was last week's. Never mind.
But I feel like
NXT.
Yeah, I feel like this one. I feel like this one really phoned it in. Like, it could be because I was watching it at night, but I don't feel like it was. I feel like I enjoyed. I know I enjoyed AEW a bit more. Like, AEW didn't frustrate me as much. The only thing that really frustrated me on AEW this week was Fuego. And Fat Jackson and Moxley, but like not what Moxley said, it's just how he said it.
The AEW was the better show. I think I still got maybe the chaos of Raw has overshadowed the week. Raw was still a solid show, minus what they did.
Well, I don't think they changed much. I don't think they really changed much other than that main event.
Yeah.
And like you could Sasha, I mean, Becky and Asuka, they're solid performers. They gave him 10 minutes and they did 10 minutes, and it was good. But like Raw wasn't tough to watch. I felt like NXT for me was it wasn't tough, but I was maybe I shouldn't watch wrestling post 10 o'clock. After a day's worth of work. That's maybe what I'm getting to.
I watched mine at what, like 11:30 at night or whenever it was. So I was tired, but it was a solid show. I don't know. I enjoy the random characters, the colorful characters of NXT. It's a change of all the wrestling shows. It's the only one with really these wild, colorful characters who are probably borderline 90s porn characters or whatever they are. I don't know.
No, the reason I like NXT is because you feel like you're watching something brand new and you're part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know how I would say Jamal, how he watches like an indie show and he knows about all these new indie talents and stuff like that, who eventually move up to like AEW or WWE or New Japan or whatever. It's a bit like that for me. Because it's like, oh, this is new. I've never seen these people before, and it's a fun watch. But like, but I can't do that with indie wrestling because it's just like, this is too far away for me to get possibly ever enjoy.
But yeah, NXT has that. To me, it has that college sports kind of feel. In which you're like, oh, Tim Tebow may become somebody one day. That didn't work out.
Tim Tebow.
But yeah, I think we got a solid week of wrestling and drama this week.
So, little I wouldn't call it show news. So Marcus is going to Double or Nothing, but me and the Big Ross man are going to the Clash at the Castle, where we will have a fight.
Manny, what are your thoughts on the name of Clash at the Castle?
I think it's stupid.
I like it. I like if they just call it the the Castle or something. Maybe they just or the Clash or something.
Well, the
They
Clash
can
is
get
a
rid of
band.
some
I
of
don't think they could call it.
They haven't been together in years. I don't think. Right? They
Yeah.
haven't. I don't know. So you can take that. You can take it. This is the Clash.
But yeah, I think the name's a bit too long, to be honest. And there's too many words involved.
Clash at the Castle.
And you're also part of your brain will go Clash of the Champions? No, Clash at the Castle. Yeah, but it should be a good show. If you're going there, you might see me and Ross. We might ask you to
show your titties. I feel like saying that. I don't know why. That's it.
might ask you your thoughts.
No one does that no
on
more.
the show, and
No
it
one
may
does
appear
that
on
no
the
more.
channel. But we ain't gonna make you sign a release.
Nah. Just get random drunk people going like, yo, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre. What do you want to say about Drew McIntyre? Drew McIntyre. My God.
And that'd just be when we FaceTime Marcus.
Drunk Marcus FaceTime. Drew McIntyre.
It's weird though, because you would have thought they would have done this at 7 p.m. English time.
Mm-hmm.
For it to be broadcast in the States around what 11 2 like our show,
mm-hmm.
Or even a little bit later, maybe 8, but they're doing it at 3 in the afternoon in the UK.
Oh, so that would be what's the 8-hour difference of that is 7 in the morning,
something like that. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that's fine. I'll wake up for it.
I mean, you could do a watch along for it if you really wanted to.
With who, Manny?
Eric.
Getting that guy to commit to anything is terrible.
I could potentially, if I got signal, try and call in. I'm live in the stadium.
Manny, give us your take. Well, right now, the Intercontinental title is being defended. It is the first time it has been defended in like 6 years on pay-per-view. Ricochet lost.
But yeah, this is the first time I've watched any wrestling show live in person since February 2020. Just as the pandemic was in its early stages, before everyone was made to stay at home for good.
And Manny, let's not count the Thunderdome. You were at the Thunderdome event.
I was in the Thunderdome.
You were a monitor. You were a figurehead in the Thunderdome, so that also counts being at a wrestling event. I'm just saying, different experience.
Yeah.
Thunderdome Manny is the best Manny. If you've seen it, it was an amazing performance. He was amazing in the Thunderdome. That crowd was hyped.
Do you know what the worst part is? Trying to look hyped that late in the middle of the night. Because they were like, they'll kick you out if you look bored. So the whole time you're like, yeah,
yay! You're doing your John Moxley.
And I was like, I am not having fun. I am really tired.
All right.
So that is the end of the show today. Raw is Retro's out tomorrow. Apparently
the flagship show now.
The A show. Maybe it's only because it's broadcasted in 4K. That's probably why.
No, it's because Ross is white. Damn it. He's getting it all. He's getting it all. Just like when Eminem drops a rap album. Of course he's going to sell out because he's white.
Marcus's show yesterday is currently on 23 views.
Hey, we beat last week's.
By one view.
I like to think that ETE is the NXT 2.0 of the Shadow, in which the ratings aren't the best.
Can I ask you about your branding on that show?
Yes.
So when you're on the show right now, on the top it says everything else.
Yes.
On your thumbnail it says this is everything.
Yes. I thought that was a nice way to just say this is everything. That the show is not this is everything, it's everything else, but this is everything.
Like I feel like the top bit should just say this is everything when you guys are talking.
This is everything else. It could. Maybe I'm talking over, but it might, because I was like, oh, this is everything. Actually, it's in a thumbnail. It makes people think like, oh, this is everything. This is everything I need. Has that resulted more views? It has not.
But watch the show. It's very informative.
Yeah. The show for ET that got the most was the one where I just made it look like it was Jon Moxley versus Will Ospreay.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
And I made it just look like that. And I was like, I don't like duping people.
Oh, I do. If you watch any watch along, it looks like it's the actual pay-per-view. And
that's why the watch alongs do well.
And it's like, gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha.
But where else are you gonna get analysis like the Royal? Was it the Royal Rumble? It was some pay-per-view, WrestleMania watch along, WrestleMania 14 watch along, where Marcus referenced Sable being the person that brought kick pads to the map.
Your Kyle O'Reillys or Brian Danielsons, all these people who with their kick pads these days.
Maybe nothing
without Sable.
Sable.
Wow.
And that's the type of analysis you get on our watch alongs.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll be back.
What is our next watch along?
I don't think you're going to be on it.
Oh, it's Money in the Bank, huh?
Money in the Bank. But I don't know I'm going to try and send out feelers now because it is your Independence Day weekend, so it may be quite difficult to get people.
Yeah, that's what we got away from you, Manny. We got away. We're the one that got away. All right.
Yeah, and how are things going for you?
Well, for me, technically, it didn't really work out for Black. Juneteenth, though, for those who want to know. Didn't go work for Black people on the 4th of July, but everybody else seemed to be happy about it.
People go way too hard on it. This is America. Yeah.
This is America. I'm putting a firework up my asshole. Why?
Because I'm America.
Because I'm America. And we do dumb shit.
If I was going to tell you to watch anything other than our channel, go source out this video by Nico Omalana, who interviewed the KKK leader and trolled him and got him to say BLM.
I really thought that was going to wrestling.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. And it's the funniest thing ever. He got him to. Do you use this word nonce in America?
Nah.
So it's basically like a pedophile.
Oh.
But he got the leader of the KKK to say he was a nonce. He got him to say he obviously got him to say BLM, which I thought was more funnier. And then he got him to say he was clapped, which I thought is even more funnier. So yeah, make sure you source out that video. It's actually quite funny. And then obviously watch Roy's Retro tomorrow, which is out at 12 o'clock UK time, and in whatever time you want to watch it. And then we're back Saturday. I think Eric hasn't specified if we are or not, but we're back. We're back Saturday. Audio listeners, I did put the audio out.
Hey, Manny gave in.
I didn't give in.
Manny gave in.
I didn't give in. I just felt like it'd been 2 weeks. It'd been a week. I need to make sure people know that we're alive and well.
You know, that's the fucked up thing about podcasts. Oh, they didn't come out this week. I hope everything's okay. Oh, sweet. 14 weeks go by. Yeah, one of them must have died.
No, I remember when you guys took the long hiatus. That episode was sad. At least you said goodbye, but that episode was sad. I think Eric was crying in that episode.
Yeah, they got really emotional.
That show was sad. I remember
it was a sad show. I would like that show stricken from the records.
But yeah, and then also watch us on Saturday, where more hijinks may happen.
Oh yeah. Just wait. Yeah, it's just shit talking.
Actually, go back and rewatch the last Saturday show. I believe that's the funniest Saturday show we've done in a while. Because
oh really?
Earl, we talked about penises. We talked about everything.
Fucking Earl.
I hope J.K. Smush has given us another update on Earl.
By the way, I'll probably wear the exact same shirt on Saturday.
Well, it was already referenced.
I was like, yeah.
It was already referenced. It was Marcus wore the shirt on ET yesterday.
Yeah, I was lazy. I just grabbed it again. I was like, I only wore it for like 30 minutes or an hour. Let me grab it one more time. That's
what I think. That's what I think when I wear these shirts. I only wear this shirt when I'm on the show. I take it off, and then I'll probably wear it the next. And I was like, I can't wear that because I wore that on the other. I was like, I only wore it for like an hour.
I didn't know what shirt to grab. I was like, just wear this one. I can't find the regular the black sharpshooter shirt.
I use that to sleep. I don't like that shirt.
Comfort.
It is comfort. When you buy one of our shirts, it's like a big long hug from all three of us.
Yeah. Prolonged hug. That may go a little too long.
That goes awkward. Where you question, is that a roll of quarters in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? And on that note, we're out. Bye.
Oh, no.